In this video, I'll go over how to use Beehiiv to start and grow your own newsletter. From setting up your account to sending your first email, building your list, and even turning it into a business. What's going on, everyone? My name is Eric Hunsaker, and if you're tired of social media algorithms and you want a better way to connect with your audience, email is still one of the most powerful tools out there, and Beehiiv makes it easy to get started. So let's dive in. Step 1, what is Beehiiv and why use it? It's a newsletter platform, kind of like Substack or ConvertKit, but with a cleaner interface and more tools built in. What makes it stand out is how easy it is to go from idea to a published post. You can write, design, and send out your newsletter, but you can also build a little website for it. And the best part, you don't need to be a tech person or a designer. Beehiiv is made for regular people who just want to share something that they care about. They've got a free plan that gives you plenty to get started with, and you only pay once your list starts growing. So if you're just getting started, you don't need to worry about costs right away. Step 2, getting started and picking your niche. So once you're signed up, just your name, email, password kind of thing, you'll be asked a few questions, and don't stress too much. You'll pick a name for your newsletter, select a category or a niche, and decide how often you plan to send emails. You can change any of this later, but here's where I want you to pause for a second. Picking your niche matters. You don't have to overthink it, but it should be something that you're genuinely interested in. Pick something that you already find yourself talking about or thinking about in your free time. The point is, start with what you know and enjoy. That's what's going to keep you consistent. So if you don't already have a Beehiiv account, you can go ahead and click the link down below in the description to get started. That'll bring you to this page right here where you can go ahead and click on view plans and choose from their different plans. You can either decide to pay monthly or yearly. You're going to save some money when you choose the annual plan. They also have that free plan which you can go ahead and get started with, or you can go ahead and get a free 30-day trial on either the scale or the max plans. So go ahead, pick your plan, and you're off to the races. Now, I went ahead and just created a brand new account, just filled out my email and password and that sort of thing, and this is what the onboarding process sort of looks like. So it's going to say, what is your newsletter experience level, either experienced or beginner? For this example, I'm going to go beginner and say that I don't have a newsletter yet and click on continue. Here it's just going to ask some other information, so your newsletter name, your website URL, what's your newsletter about, and how often do you plan to publish. So let's maybe talk about productivity. There's one, maybe fitness is another one, and maybe nutrition, maybe health. There we go. And how often you plan to publish. Let's go weekly. And we'll go ahead and click on continue. So then it's just going to ask how you heard about us. I'm just going to click skip, and I'll just go ahead and click continue here. All right, and now we are here in the Beehiiv dashboard. Step 3, writing your first newsletter. Now you're inside the Beehiiv dashboard. It looks clean. There's no clutter. So up here on the left-hand side, we'll come over here to start writing and go ahead and click on that. Now in here, we can go ahead and select a blank draft. We can go ahead and select a default template, or there's some other templates down here. And I'm just going to grab a blank draft. So here we go. Here we have a new post. Let's call this how to get started in the gym for guys in their 30s. Now here we can go ahead and create a subtitle. We can add images. We can add content tags, and we can come down here and start writing. Now I'm going to go ahead and press this slash option. We can have all these other options here. So we can do things like lists, images, block quotes, columns, subscriber break, table of contents, all these other tools here. Here we go. We can go ahead, and I just had ChatGPT put together a quick article real quick, and here we go. We can go ahead and see that this is looking pretty good. So let's go ahead, click up here on the top right and click on preview. So here we can go ahead and start to see what this is going to look like. And this honestly looks really good so far. And we can come up here onto mobile, make sure everything looking good there. And we can come to email here. And yeah, this is looking awesome, honestly, so far. So when you're happy, you can go ahead and click on next. And then you can go ahead and send this to your email audience, which I have 0 recipients right now, but that's okay. And you can go ahead and select segments to exclude if you need to, but I'll just go ahead and click next. And then here is the email portion of it. So this is where you can go ahead and enter your subject line, your preview text, and it also has email header buttons for things like socials and likes and comments. And then when you're ready for that, you can go ahead and click next, and then it's going to bring you to web. And this is where you can go ahead and update your web post settings. And once you're all happy with that, you can click on review and then schedule. Step 4, styling your newsletter. Now, if you want your newsletter to look consistent every week and not start from scratch each time, then templates are your best friend. So let's go ahead and click on start writing again. And let's go to this default template here, and we'll go ahead and click on edit this template. So this is how we can go ahead and come in here and edit things. So we can see what our headers look like. We have these different lines. We see kind of what quotes look like, different tables. Now, if we come over here to the right-hand side, side, we can click on details and style. And this is where we can come in and change different colors. We can change the typography. We can change the spacing, as well as things like borders if you want to get really technical with it. Under the advanced tab, this is where you can go ahead and work on the background of things. You can work on margins, padding, radius, border. You can work on the email header, all sorts of things in here. Step 5, choosing who gets your emails. So let's say you've written your first post and now you're ready to send it. Before it goes out, you'll hit a step called audience. And this is where you decide who gets the newsletter. If you're just starting out, it'll probably go to everyone on your list. But Beehiiv also gives you a way to create segments. These are like custom groups of people based on things like how often they open your emails or what links they've clicked. Step 6, scheduling and publishing. Once you pick your audience, Beehiiv lets you preview your newsletter on both desktop and mobile. You'll see how your title, image, and layout look. You can edit the subject line and preview the text, that little snippet that people see before opening the email. You can also choose if you want to send the email now, schedule it for later, publish it on your Beehiiv hosted website too, or just keep it private. This part feels really smooth, and once you hit send, that's it. You're officially a newsletter publisher. Step 7, growing your list. Getting subscribers can feel like the hardest part, but once you figure out what works for you, it gets easier. Here are a few methods that actually work. First, use what you already have. If you're active on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or even LinkedIn, start mentioning your newsletter there. Put the sign up link in your bio. Share a screenshot of one of your emails. Second, offer a freebie. This is called a lead magnet. Give people something useful in exchange for their email. A checklist, a free guide, a calendar template, whatever fits your niche. It doesn't have to be fancy, just make it genuinely helpful. Third, show up in real life. This one's old school, but it still works. One guy handed out flyers on a college campus and collected emails on paper, then added them manually. People forget how powerful that can be. Fourth, turn your newsletter content into social posts. Let's say you shared 5 productivity tips in your latest email. Turn each one into a 15-second TikTok or Instagram reel. And at the end, say, want the full list? I send stuff like this every week. Links in my bio. You don't need to go viral. You just need a few people who care each time. Step 8, making money from your newsletter. Now here's the fun part. Yes, you can make money from your newsletter, but no, it doesn't happen overnight. It starts with building trust. You give value week after week. Then when you do recommend something, people listen. One of the easiest ways to start is affiliate marketing. You recommend a tool, book, or product that you actually use. Include your link. If someone clicks and buys, you earn a little commission. It adds up. Later, once your list grows, you can bring in sponsors. These are brands that pay you to feature them in your email. But this usually only works once you've got a few thousand engaged readers. You can also sell your own offers, like a Notion template, an ebook, or a paid service. That's where the bigger money usually comes from, because it's all yours. And if you don't have any products yet, you can still earn by using Beehiiv Boost, which lets you get paid just for referring people to other newsletters. Eventually, you can even set up a paid subscriptions. Think of it like Patreon. Some content's free, but your premium stuff is behind a paywall. Readers can upgrade if they want more. Just remember, lead with value. Monetization comes second. Step 6, stay consistent with automations. Writing weekly can feel like a grind if you're doing everything manually. That's where automations help. In Beehiiv, you can create a welcome sequence. So when someone signs up, they automatically get a few intro emails. It's like setting your newsletter on autopilot. You still write the content, but it works for you in the background. Step 10, track what's working. Every time you send an email, Beehiiv tracks the data for you. You'll see how many people opened it, what links they clicked, how your subscriber count is growing, and this tells you what's working and what's not. If you notice one subject line gets a higher open rate, try more like that. If no one clicked your product link, maybe try a different way to talk about it next time. At the end of the day, your newsletter is more than just a side project. It's a space that you own, a place where people show up because they actually want to hear from you. You don't need to have a huge audience. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. So open up Beehiiv, pick your topic, write your first post, and hit send. Your audience is out there, and this is how you reach them. If you want to get started with Beehiiv, we'll have a link for you down in the description below. These are affiliate links, which means that we earn a small commission when you use it at no extra cost to you. And these commissions really help support the channel and allow us to continue to create free content just like this. So if you end up using it, we thank you so much in advance. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Here on the channel, we make videos on how to create websites, explore different website builders, discuss domain names, and so much more, so be sure to subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you here in the next video.